Now, Shaney, we are sticklers for the Mario RPG subgenre, and after 3 long-awaited years, we finally have a new installment in the Mario RPG series called Mario and Luigi
Paper Jam Bros.
Yes, and that is an absolute mouthful. So as you'd expect, it is Mario RPG heaven here. So you've got Mario and Luigi, you control them simultaneously within an overworld environment, and also in battle as well, and they all have their respective buttons, and it's very kind of interactive Paper Mario-esque battling.
But you've also got the third character, as well as Mario and Luigi, you've got Paper Mario.
So you control 3 characters all at the same time simultaneously. It's nuts. So the way it's a bit of a crossover game in terms of story. You have Mario and Luigi opening Pandora's box, which is basically the Paper Mario world where every single character in the game have their own paper counterparts. So Princess Peach, Bowser, Bowser Jr., Koopa Troopers, Goombas, even Mario himself all have their own counterparts. And not Luigi because that's the running gag.
Because he's always the gag. But I did love like the interactions between the 2 worlds and how everything kind of made sense and how they played with even just like the paper elements in the 3D world.
Yeah, the writing is still absolutely
the writing's still
superb.
really well done.
Yeah, it does kind of take running gags a little too far. Like, yeah, we're repeating the same joke over and over again, but it's still quite clever writing.
Yeah.
Yep, so, and that kind of like translates over to some of the way the battle systems are explained as well. Like, there are previous Mario and Luigi games where the tutorial makes you just feel absolutely stupid. Like, the game doesn't think too much of you with tutorials. It's like, are you sure you've got this down, pat this system down? And there's a lot to take in as well. The game constantly keeps introducing new mechanics to you, new ways to play, like the brother team attacks where they're all very interactive and, you know, you press certain buttons and if you don't get the rhythm or the rhyme going on, you minimize damage and you want to maximize as much damage as possible.
But the problem with the gameplay also is that it doesn't focus too much on the RPG elements, and that's where it kind of falls down. There's a lot of small mini games and other elements here and there, especially like the papercraft stuff. They focus way too much on the papercraft stuff. It's not even fun.
So the papercraft is like these kinds of weird minigame boss battles, and they don't feel like a traditional RPG. They feel a bit too out of place. Like, in the purest sense of the word, Mario and Luigi Paper Jam Brothers feels like ADHD the game where the plot kind of takes a second fiddle, whereas the game just constantly keeps showing you, here's another minigame, here's another minigame. You know, after 2 battles, 2 traditional RPG battles, you're sitting there doing another minigame that seems to bear very little significance to the narrative and the overarching kind of story. So it just feels a bit weird in that sense where it just doesn't seem focused enough.
That said, a lot of the minigames I did enjoy. There was a lot of small fun ones, puzzle element ones. There was
Finding toads where you got to kind of think outside the box.
Yeah, even there's one that was actually a box and you have to actually get inside. It was just a lot of them really well done. Music's still really well done. Visually, it's the same, I guess.
Yeah, it's starting to age a bit, the engine. So with all that said and done, it doesn't hit the high strides of Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga, but it certainly doesn't hit the lowest, which is Partners in Time. So it reaches a nice little middle ground. We sort of recommend it.
Rhubarb, 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 rhubarb.